Alright, two updates for the channel, everybody. Number one, I am doing face reveal, as you can see. Number two, I know that I have said before that I didn't do shooting videos, and the reason for that was I didn't have a place to shoot. But now I have found a place to shoot. So we are going to do shooting videos now, and today it is going to be a pistol. Alright.
Hey, how you doing?
How are we?
Hello. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm well.
Good. What 22 are you shooting?
Huh?
I brought my GSG 1911.
No, it's what.
What are you shooting out of this?
Want me to tell?
You bought this? When?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Busy. Good. Tired.
Good.
Yeah. What's that? I usually am. I just got called down here to check.
Sal, right? Oh no.
I am loading with 30 grains of 3F powder and a 395 caliber ball. And no patch.
Oh, right here. You don't like it here?
I don't like loading with a patch because it's a lot of trouble. The patch always gets stuck or the ball gets stuck and it just makes everything take longer and you have to keep cleaning it and it's really annoying. So I do it without a patch, but maybe in a future video when I'm more comfortable with this gun, I'll try shooting with a patch. But one time I tried shooting with a patch to see if the accuracy was better and it was not better. It was the same. So I'm not too sure what the benefit is, except if you're pointing your pistol down, the patch prevents the ball from rolling out.
Why not?
The spring just broke.
How many do you put in? How do you know how
I
many?
don't even know what I was. I was just pulling it back. I didn't think I was doing anything too difficult or too stressful on it. Man. All right. Well, I don't know what to do now. We'll have to get a. I'll have to get a replacement piece. But yeah, that's a big bummer. I'm really sad.
Is that what?
So I'm halfway home, and I decided to stop here at a park and talk about my feelings because this whole thing has just been very discouraging. First, you remember my musket broke. I broke the musket by letting go of the trigger, and the trigger snapped. And then I waited a long time for that replacement part to get here. And then I did some work and I was able to put it back together correctly. And I also waited a long time for the pistol to get here because he had to make it. And then it got lost in shipping because of the trade war. The packages were delayed and they were lost and they turned up again. And then, my own schedule was busy. I had to find some time to go to the shooting range. And the first time I go to the shooting range, it breaks. That's just discouraging. Now, I got more shots off than what you saw on video. First, at home, I test fired with just primer. And then, after I got to the shooting range, I had more shots before I started filming. So, in total, I was probably able to test the lock. I shot the lock with or without powder, with or without a misfire, probably 25 or 30 times before it broke. Now, I have been warned not to pull the hammer too far back or you might break the spring. I've heard this before. I know someone who owns an original Miquelette flintlock. It's, I think, made in Russia or something, and it's 200 or 300 years old, and it broke like last year. This original antique pistol had its trigger spring break because he gave it to somebody who used too much force, and they pulled the hammer too far back, and it broke the spring. And I knew about that, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be careful not to do that with my pistol. I'm only gonna pull it as far back as I need to engage the sear for full cock. That's what I thought I was doing. And I'm not a really strong person, and I'm gentle with equipment. I don't think it's my fault. And if they really are this fragile, then I don't know how they could even work as a military weapon. I mean, you need to have a normal, strong adult male in military battlefield conditions, in stressful conditions, operate this piece of equipment. If it snaps so easily, then it's not going to work as a military item. They wouldn't have adopted these things if they broke every time, if they broke every 25 shots. It wouldn't have made sense. Honestly, at this point, I gotta say, if you want a functional firearm, if you want one that's gonna work and be reliable, then I don't think you should buy it from Pessere Handicrafts. And I feel so bad saying that because I think he's a great guy, but I had two guns and both of them broke. Maybe it was my fault, or maybe it wasn't. He sells swords, by the way. He sells lots of swords, awesome swords. If you want a Turkish or a Persian sword, like a saber, I mean, he sells all kinds, and they look awesome. So buy swords from him all day. But I don't know about the guns, man. They just break, and I'm ranting a little bit because I'm frustrated, because I'm discouraged. Because when something like this happens to me, it makes me frustrated and upset because I really liked having the gun and it made me happy, and now it doesn't work anymore. So I feel upset. I did get a chance to show it to a few people at the shooting range. They liked it, and I was able to have two of them, you know, shoot it for themselves. So that was great that I had a chance to share it with a few people at least. Now on Chuchunya over here, um, see how the spring is straight and flat, and it still works. And there's no play. I can't move it up and down. This one I can do this. So I'm gonna take it apart now. Here is a photograph that I took of the pistol before it broke, and here is what it looks like now. So you can clearly see that this piece has become bent. It used to be straight, it used to be perfectly straight. Now it has this bend. And if you look really closely, there is a little crack. There's a hairline crack right about there. All right, let's take it apart. I've never done this before, but can't make it any worse. Oh yeah, and you can feel it. I can feel it right there. Alright, just a little update. I reached out to Hamid and he is going to send me a replacement spring. Once that gets here, we'll have to work on putting this all back together. Until then, this pistol is just going to rest. Also, I still have Chuchunya in good shape, ready to use. And I will be using this one next time I go to the shooting range. And I am very grateful for both of my flintlocks, and I'm really happy that I have them. So, thank you. Bye bye.